A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons.
Yeah, hi Mikhail, I'm glad you called. I wanted to ask you about this.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right?
What are you talking about?
Well, you're not the first, but there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out.
Mikhail, I think you're stuck.
There's actually two bells of awakening. One's up above in Undead Church. The other is far, far below in the ruins at the base of Blind Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right?
But
Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead.
Mikhail, I think you're. There you are. What?
I
What?
have a new.
What the hell was that?
I have a new game for you to try out. I think you might like it.
Was the dagger really necessary to get me to play a game?
It's really sharp.
Okay. Yeah.
It fits the game.
So
Let's get to it.
So what game is this?
So this game. You like RPGs, right?
I do.
Okay. So this is an excellent RPG to its core.
Okay.
It's quite hardcore, we
I
can say.
think I know where you're going with this.
And this game is like medieval,
Uh-huh.
and you will not get any like great beginning. The story is quite unknown, and the mechanics you will get the basics, but otherwise you have to learn on your own the game.
Is this game pretty dark?
It's quite dark in its
Uh-huh.
name.
Uh-huh.
It's called.
Called Dark Souls.
Right.
You heard about it, right?
Little bit.
Yeah. So this game is quite unique. I know that you don't like online games,
No.
and this is an offline, but
Okay.
there's a online possibility. Like people can leave notes in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and they can appear as a shadows,
Okay.
and they can get to you anytime. So they will go to your game, and they can either help you or kill you.
You're
But-
kind of making me less interested because that's exactly what I like about solo games, that no other player can show up and kill me.
Well, this is more like it because there will be just one person, and he can appear only at certain parts,
Okay.
and you can just turn it off. So that's fine. If you play offline, you cannot connect.
Okay. That makes sense.
But this game, you can. It doesn't matter which character you choose. You can start with a specific character, but while in the game, you can actually wield different weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You can even have a, let's say, barbarian
Mhm.
using magic too. It's
Mhm.
totally up to you.
Okay, let me tell you that I've heard a lot about this game,
Uh-huh.
being very interested in RPGs, of course,
Uh-huh.
and why I haven't played it until now. I think there's three reasons. One,
Me.
that I have the impression it's very linear as opposed to open world. Two, let's
Well, it's-
how do you react to that?
Yeah, it's kind of open world. It's linear in the way that there's a limited ways you can go, but you can go multiple ways,
Mhm.
and sometimes you can go this way or that way. Depends on you what time.
Okay.
And you can find really a lot of like hidden pathways
Mhm.
or hidden weapons and
Mhm.
armors.
Okay. Concern number two is that whenever I see videos of Dark Souls, the character always looks exactly the same. So, am I correct that you cannot create your own character?
You can, but their armor looks always like in the dark design, so it might look similar.
Very consistent with the theme. Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't matter about the character. He's undead,
Mm-hmm.
and he can get human for a certain time. But when he's undead, he looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Okay.
But you can really. It's not about the visual of the character, but it's about the ability you will set to your character and the weapons you will wield. It's about that.
Okay. My third concern is that it seems like the entire point of the game is that it's extremely difficult.
It's not difficult. It's impossible.
Oh, well, in
Well,
that
yes.
case, why not? I don't know.
Every time you face a boss, it seems impossible to beat
Right,
it.
right.
So you go again and find the weak spots and go again until finally you will beat it. And when you beat it, you will feel so revealed like no other game.
I mean, I know this feeling,
Yeah.
the feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment. At the same time, usually when I play a video game, it's to kind of relax and just, chill out a little bit. So
You
I
won't
can
chill out much.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's it. So this is why I haven't started Dark Souls before, but if you really insist, I will give it a try
I
and
think
see
you
if I've
will
been
like
missing
it.
it. Yeah.
I know it looks dark and it's called dark and it is dark,
And
but
Souls.
it's fun.
So are you?
And you like the medieval.
I do. I like medieval RPGs,
Yeah.
so this makes sense. Yeah, this doesn't need any arguments for me.
And the
Are-
control is the best because in the RPG games usually you will just wield the weapon and it doesn't matter if there's a wall or not.
Right.
It's really about the mechanics
Okay.
and the
Right.
control.
I do like games that require better skill with the combat, yeah, which is not the case for most medieval RPGs. Final question. Are
Okay.
you assigning me Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3?
I will assign you the first one, which was remastered.
Mm-hmm.
You could start with the last one and then go the first, but I think it's not about the graphic. So if you will like this one, you can just concentrate on the gameplay and not the graphic.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's do the first one.
Well, I'll give it a shot and let you know what I think.
Okay, great. Caleb, hello.
Oh, hi.
Hello,
Hi, Mikhail.
I want to know. I was trying to contact you, and I want to know how you did with the Dark Souls. Have you tried it? Have you played it? Do you like it? So many questions.
That's
Tell me-
a,
give
that's
me
a,
something.
that's a lot of questions.
Give me something.
I have tried it. I have played it.
Okay.
I haven't called you back because I wanted to continue trying it.
You took some time.
As you may have imagined, I died a couple of times, so I have to keep
I can
trying.
imagine.
Yeah. So I wanted to give it more tries before I called you, but I can give you my first impressions of what I've played so far.
Let me just tell you that I gave you this game from the first one
Mm-hmm.
because it's not about the graphic. I wanted to see if you like it because of the game, not
Okay.
because of the graphic.
Okay. Right, that's fair. I don't find the graphics to be that bad either. I mean,
It's
I,
not.
I don't know when the first one was published, but it's pretty. It feels very Dark Souls-y. I mean, even though I never played Dark Souls before, I watched
Right.
YouTube videos. Everyone
Okay.
talks about it, so I knew what to expect.
Okay. So did you?
However, what has
I
happened
love
so
this
far?
game.
I know. Are you sitting down?
I am.
Good. Because so far, I've spent about. No, let me
Okay,
try this a different way.
Yeah.
You know that classic mistake that people talk about, that they think they are supposed to kill the asylum demon with the broken sword?
I don't.
So I knew that there was
Okay.
some classic mistake that people make with the first Dark Souls game,
Okay.
that they think it's really hard and so they have to do this even though it seems impossible.
Okay.
But I forgot what that mistake was. Well, I'll never forget now, because I
Okay.
probably spent 2 hours not escaping from the asylum demon through a side door, but trying to kill it with a broken sword. and realizing that
Have you succeeded?
no, of course I haven't succeeded. That's impossible.
But the game is about finding out like how the game works.
Yeah, lovely,
Yeah.
great. So
There are some dead ends. Yeah.
yeah, learning things the hard
Okay.
way. So this I learned the hard way. No, this I finally learned the simple way, because
So you get angry right at the beginning because you did something useless.
well,
That was your fault.
it
still,
was
but-
not it was not a good start. It's not anyone's fault.
Okay.
Because this is what many people do, is you think, well, it's Dark Souls, it's a really hard game, so I'm really supposed to find a way to make this work without noticing the little door to the side.
Okay.
Because it's Dark Souls, I wasn't thinking of escaping and running away from the boss.
Because you had some expectations. Yeah.
This is true.
Different one.
This is true. This was extremely frustrating. However,
Okay.
I got past that, although to be fair, are you sitting down?
I'm sitting.
I had to go online and look for some walkthroughs to figure out, oh, I have to hit him as I'm going down.
It seems like you haven't played it online. You've probably been offline because when you
Mm-hmm.
played online, the other people left messages for you, so you would know that how to kill the boss. Or maybe it could lead you into another trap. But usually it
Right.
will tell you like what to do.
I didn't do this also.
Okay.
But I've gotten past the Asylum
Okay.
Demon.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back and give it another chance and see how it
Please
progresses
do,
from that point,
because
because I
it's
think
such
I've
a good
understood a
game.
bit more. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
I'm-
still like at the beginning, so
I'm
please
gonna
play
do
more.
it right now. I mean,
Okay.
I'm just at work anyway, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go and
Okay.
try
But
it.
call me soon, okay?
All
Call
right.
me soon.
All right. Bye.
That one day an undead shall be chosen.
Dylan, are you there?
Hi, Mika.
Yeah.
Hi.
Why are you not responding?
What are you
I
talking
was
about?
trying to contact you for 3 weeks.
I didn't receive
You had-
any of those messages.
Really?
Not even the ones on MySpace.
Okay. Okay. So tell me, have you played the Dark Souls? Have you played it a lot?
I have
hope-
played it.
For how long?
Another 2 hours, I would
Only?
say. Another 2.5 hours.
Only?
It's. Are you sitting down?
I'm sitting now.
It's so hard to make myself play this game, Mikael. I'm so sorry.
It's too hard on you, isn't it? It's too
I'm
hard
not gonna
on
lie. The main thing is that it's too difficult. But I've thought a lot about it.
you. How far did you get?
The reason I haven't called
How
you back.
far did you get?
I've been trying to figure out how to understand my reaction and present this to you, because I know that you love this game and I don't want to let
But
you
you
down.
were supposed to figure out by playing it, not
And now I have.
not while thinking about it.
Now I've played it.
But
and-
only 2 hours. It's a
well,
little.
2 more hours. Altogether,
Still.
it's about 5 hours altogether. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Yes, the main thing is that it's too difficult for me. Maybe.
So you don't like it? You're saying you don't like it? You say you don't like one of the greatest games ever? Are you saying that?
Something like that.
Yes, I'm sitting.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Now,
except it's difficult. What's
Yeah.
bad about it?
I'm so glad you asked. Not much. Now let me be clear. I completely understand why people like this game and why people love this game. I'm not saying that it's a bad game. In fact, it's a great game. I can appreciate many things about it.
Okay.
It's not
Like
you.
calling down a bit?
Dark Souls. It's not you. It's me. Beyond being difficult, I can
Okay.
say that I can understand the idea of facing a very difficult boss, and when you finally overcome the boss, you have this wave of satisfaction that
Yeah.
would actually release stress and be
Yeah.
very engaging. Blah blah blah. So beyond that, my main complaint about Dark Souls is the repetition and the need to repeat the
It
same
is
thing.
all about the repetition.
Yeah.
But there's not just the bosses. Yes, it's a big factor, but there are like so many weapons, so
Mm.
many magic that you can gather, and so many things you can do before you face the boss.
Of course, I would not ask Dark Souls to be easier, but what would make
Yeah.
a big difference for me is if, when the boss kills you, you could restart in front of the boss. But for me, it just got really boring to go through the same small enemies over and over and over
But that's how you get more appreciation, because when you actually finally kill it, you know it's been so difficult.
This makes sense. I understand that. I just found it to
Okay.
get less engaging and less interesting.
Okay, I understand now.
So I know there's a lot more to discover. I can imagine at some point I would continue and try to get deeper into it and see if it can hook me. But after 5 hours of being frustrated with it,
I see how you can get frustrated, but I can just tell you there's a lot of shortcuts to the bosses, to all the levels, lots of things that can power you up to make bosses easier, but you have to look for them like really hard.
I wish that I wouldn't change anything about Dark Souls, but I wish that I was the type of gamer who liked Dark Souls. But I'm not. And as it is, and the type of game that I'm looking for now, I don't really like it.
So, except it's difficult, would you like it if it wouldn't be so difficult? Would it make such a big difference?
It wouldn't be Dark Souls if it wasn't difficult.
I mean, like, would you like it for the actually gameplay, like
yeah.
swinging the sword
yeah.
and the atmosphere and the graphics?
Yes.
Because that's what I thought would suit you well. Because like
And-
medieval world,
Absolutely. The
and-
environment, the graphics, even I mean the variety of the combat, all of these things. I think even the difficulty might not be the main thing. My problem is if you make one mistake at a boss and he crushes you with his club, and then you have to spend the next 10 minutes repeating what you already did.
I see.
I get bored like that. I want
I
the
see.
game to engage me and to just keep me entertained.
I see.
As
So
superficial
it
as that
didn't
is,
work.
that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't work. I feel sorry about that, but
I feel sorry that I didn't like your favorite game.
as you
I
said,
wish I did.
it's a journey. So next time,
It's a journey.
maybe I will choose a different game for you that will suit you better.
Maybe.
If you give me chance.
Of
Really
course,
good?
I'll give you a chance. Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
thank you. Okay.
It made perfect sense that you could think that I would like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I
Now,
tried it.
Yeah, because you told me why you don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I will now have a better idea what you like. So
Okay.
I will try.
So
my best.
I'm glad you forgive me for not
I am
loving
forgiven.
your favorite game.
a little bit angry. Okay.
You'll get over it. Just stay
will
sitting.
get over it.
Stay sitting down. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, let me know when you have a new suggestion, and I'll be
Okay.
happy to try it.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right.
Okay. See you. Bye.
Bye.